Hello and welcome to this course. In this course, we are going to look at how we can create this chatbot here. This is an artificial intelligence chatbot. This is like an assistant person that can be able to answer any question that you have. So we are going to start by looking at how this chatbot work, and we will ask it some of the questions and you'll see how powerful it is. So in this course, or in this application, I have used React, and in the backend, I have used Node.js. But in the comment section, you can let me know which technology you want me to use, either React or maybe Angular, because those are the ones that I use mostly. So I want to start by scrolling down here, and you can see some of the charts that I have been asking it. Right here, you can see I asked it to give me 10 logarithmic problems, as you can see here, and already it give me all these problems that I can solve. And down here you can see I asked it to solve the first problem, of which it is this one here. Like you can see, I asked it to solve the first problem here, and actually it solved and give me the solution here. And after that, I asked it in Swahili to explain me in Swahili, of which it did, which is a very good thing if you are looking to venture into or using this chatbot maybe to integrate in the educational sector. So it is not only translating into Swahili, it can translate in Indian or Portuguese or any language that it is widely known. So that's how powerful this chatbot is. So right now I want to show you how to use this application that I have built. And before I forget, I just want to tell you that I have used ChatGPT 3.5 Turbo, and this is the same model that is being used by our commonly known ChatGPT. So you can imagine having ChatGPT power but not using the interface, because that's what we are doing right here. So to start with, I just want to clear everything. As you can see here, I have this button here that is saying clear, or this text here that is saying clear. So when I click on it, you can see we have just removed everything. But another option that you can do, because I'm not saving the charts, you can just reload just like that, and you can see now here it is asking you, hi, how can I help you today? So to start chatting with it, you can see here we have this input here, down here, and you can also hide this input here by clicking on this text here that is hide. When you hide this none, you can't see the input, but to add the input or to show the input, also you can click on new chat here. So I'll ask the ChatGPT questions, and first of all I want it to ask it a similar question that I asked it earlier. So I will ask it to give me 10 quadratic problems that I can solve. So let's say you are a student and you want to solve some questions about or problems of quadratic. You can ask it to give you some problems about quadratic if you want to practice on quadratic problems, if you are learning about mathematics. So I will just ask it to give me this problem, 10 quadratic problems, and after a while you'll see the response. So right here, let me see if it is still running, and you can see yes, it has given me these 10 quadratic problems that you can solve these ones. So I want to tell it, I want to ask it to solve the first question. So I will ask it, solve the first, the first equation or problem, just the way you want to ask it. And you can see like it is remembering the last chart that you had. So let's give it just like that. And after a while we should see the response. So let me hide this input here. So you can see you can hide this input if it is hiding some of the charts. So you can hide it just like that, and you can see it has given us the answers here. So I have seen that this answers that is giving us is correct because I have done earlier like the check, and I have solved some of the problems about quadratic and logarithmic to see if it is correct, and actually it is giving us like the correct answer. So I can ask it another question, and this time I will tell it to tell me or to explain me this solution here in India or Portuguese, any of those. So I will tell it, explain to me in Indian, or explain to me the answer, the solution, the solution in India, just like that. So, or Indian, whatever it is. So let's give it that here, and I will hide this one here. So let it load. You can see this one here. It is indicating that it's loading, and you can see here it is trying to give us this one here, and I am thinking it is doing this way because it is not understanding what I has how I have, or what I have asked it. So I'll just ask it again. I will let it know that I want it to explain this solution in India. So I will ask it, explain to me in Indian, I think that's the correct way. Explain to me in Indian. So let's give it that text here. So let's see the solution. So right here, I'm hoping that it's running because you can see I'm printing here to show the solution. So actually, so we are just waiting. I think this is because um, my internet is really slow, and because I think it's because I don't know how I'm asking it. Let me ask it to explain in Swahili. So explain in Swahili, and for you who don't know, Swahili is a language that is commonly seen or used in East Africa. So let me ask it. So it is not understanding. So what I can do, I can ask it maybe a question like, okay, solve for me the second equation. Let me ask it just like that first of all. Okay, so something went wrong. I don't know what is wrong here. So I have this error here. So what I will do, let me first of all reload my server here, because this means that there's something that is not working correctly right now, but we correct that when we be building this application. So let me ask it again. So I will ask it, write or solve. Okay, let me first of all clear everything here so I can reload again here. so that we can start from the top here. So let me ask it, give me 10 quadratic quadratic problems problems I can solve that I can solve, just like that. So let it give us the equations of quadratic, and okay, and I know why it is not corresponding, because I have give it the I had give it the instructions to act as a two assistant. So let me come here and let me remove these instructions here. So where are these instructions? So these instructions are here. So you can see here I had given it these instructions, like you are a two assistant and don't answer any questions outside tourism. So let me first of all remove this here. So just like that, and then come up here and then let us reload our application. So let us repeat again. So here, remember this is a demo. So let me ask it now, give me uh, give me a quadratic equation, just like that. Give me a quadratic equation, and let it let us see. So you can see here it has given us like a quadratic equation. So let ask it to solve this quadratic solve it, or solve it because it can remember the last conversation. So solve it and explain in Indian, something of the sort. I think that makes sense. So let's give it that one. Solve it and explain it in India. So I think explain in India, I think that's correct. So let's see if it will give us the answer in India. So I don't know why it is not why is not in terms. Okay, it is telling us here in India terms we can say that a quadratic, no, not really. Let me ask it to explain maybe in Swahili. So sometimes it is not getting correct, but let's see if this time it will explain in Swahili, so that I know if I'm the one who is not asking the way it is understanding. So let's see. So after a while it should print us. I think my internet is slow. So let's see here if it is giving us if it will give us the solution. So here you can see it has given us a solution, and in Swahili right here. So you can see the power of this chatbot here, because it is using artificial intelligence. So if you know a little bit of Swahili, you can see this is Swahili and you can understand this Swahili. And actually I've seen that it knows a lot of a little bit of Swahili, or a lot of Swahili, more than which I know. So you can see what this chatbot can do here. And this chatbot is not limited only to these questions about quadratic. You can ask it any question. So for example, I can ask it to explain for me anything. So I can say, explain to me snowball effect, just like that. So you can see explain to me snowball effect, and it will give me the explanation. So let's see, we are just waiting as it is loading, and you can see this is giving us snowball effect, what is it and everything. So I can ask it to explain uh, explain in Indian again, or maybe this time let me ask it to explain in Portuguese. If I think this is how Portuguese is being, or is being, it is being spelled. So let's give it. So let us wait. Let me hide this input here. So explain in Portuguese. So I don't know why India is not working, or maybe is there any other thing. So you can see here it has given us this explanation here, but this time in Portuguese. So you can see right here. So another thing that we have in this feature here is to export, because remember we are not saving this chart, but if you want to save or to get this chart, you can do the export. You can export this in PDF form. So you can just click here, and after a while you can see the PDF has been downloaded down here. So you can click here and then open it, and after a while you see your charts here. So you can see we have our chart here, and you can see you can go, and maybe afterward you can see how you chatted with it, and you can learn more about if it is something that you are learning using this chatbot. You can be able to learn even when you are not using it, because you have saved like the important chats that you have had with it. And I saw this feature is great even more than the using, or more than the saving it in the application. So that's what we'll be building in this course. So let's see how we start now building this application. Remember, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe to this YouTube channel, and also like this video so that it may reach other people. So see you in the course now.